Stoichiometry is the study of quantitative relationships between reactants used and products formed by a chemical reaction.
It is based on the law of conservation of mass.
One or more reactants are in excess and the reaction proceeds until all of one reactant are used up.
We will observe the reaction between copper sulfate and potassium hydroxide at different ratios. The data will determine the limiting reagent at different ratios.
It is possible to predict the amount of products formed if the balanced chemical equation is known. This relationship that exists between amounts of reactants and products is illustrated by a mole ratio.
We filled one burette with KOH and the other with CuSO4. We then had 8 small test tubes and labeled them. Each test tube had an increasing number of KOH. Each tube had 5 milliliters of CuSO4. And then we added enough water so each tube would have 13 milliliters of liquid in total.
Each tube was stirred and let to sit for 10 to 15 minutes.
We then measured the precipitate, the blue solution that formed at the bottom of the test tube.
Test tube number 5 through 8 have near the same amount of precipitate.
Oh! From test tubes 5 to 8, CuSO4 turns into the limiting reactant. It is used completely and the KOH is in excess, so no matter how much of KOH is put in each test tube, the precipitate will always be the same.